Okay, so I decided not to show you me putting that seal in. The seal went in quite easily with a hammer. No, actually, it went in by hand. I pushed it in with my hands, my fingers, and then after I was done pushing it in, I took that brass hammer and I took that brass hammer and I tapped around the outer edge of it. I did notice that there was a little bit on one side that was just a little bit out of whack. So I went ahead and tapped it all the way around. Life is good. Now, what I've got here is the splined coupler that will now couple this transmission to the engine, or the engine to the transmission. But before I do that, I absolutely 100% have to. I've got to change two sensors. I'm going to change those out. But before I put all that in there, I want to explain what I've got here. I've got this grease. It is XTC by Mobil. Mobil XTC, nice young man. He's probably laughing. He is retired from the ExxonMobil company. He has stopped by to see me now twice. And the first time he was, well, I think both times he was on his way to meet up with family up north here. But I want to say thank you to Ed for the grease. I'm trying to get it. It seems to me that it's very difficult to come up with the proper place to buy it. I actually tried to get it from Napa. Never any parts available. And in true fashion, they said it is heavy industrial grease. We cannot get that. And I was like, wow, isn't that strange, right? So not only was that strange, but it was strange. So what I've done is he gave me a tube of it, and I'm using it very sparingly. It is in this thing. It is a black looking grease, as you can see there. Use it sparingly, but it is specifically designed for heavy duty couplers, meaning drive lines, and that coupler right there. So it has an NLG rating of 1, which is like a viscosity of 1,000 if I've got it right. He's probably pulling his hair out because, you know, sometimes I say things that aren't correct, but it's okay. I think I've got it right. NLG rating of 1, NLG 1. It is not wheel bearing grease, it is heavy duty coupler grease. I will be buying several hundred tubes of that stuff. Probably 200-300 tubes of that stuff. They are about $12 to $14 a tube, depending on where I can get them from. I did see it online, but you have to fill out an MSDS sheet or some damn thing. It was something ridiculous I have to fill out in order to get it, because, I don't know, they don't trust us with heavy-duty grease. You're not supposed to use it? I don't know. But anyway, that's what I'm using in here, because I hope that I don't have to tear that thing out ever again, and I probably won't. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my what do you call them, the dampener bolts. I got brand new dampener bolts, and I'm going to be putting those in right now, setting them up, boom, drilling them in there, and putting that all together so that when I do put this thing all back together, everything is good. I would like to, and I mean I would like to be able to grease this coupler, but it's unfortunate I cannot grease that coupler. I do have the new gasket for that, but in order to grease this coupler, I would have to tear it apart, and I'm just not in the mood to tear it apart. I mean, there's just no way to grease it. It is a sealed unit. I was thinking about buying new crosses and putting in there, but I decided against that. So that's just the way that is. So anyway, let me quit my yakking. I'm going to put those bolts in there. I did buy all new hardware for that specific reason. Here they are. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, right there. So I'm going to go ahead and bang them in there and torque them down. I got my torque wrench up there. I'm going to torque them down, and yeah, life will be good. Get on with putting that coupler back together and hopefully fire this machine up here pretty soon. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and change out those other two those other 2 sensors, and I'm going to return one of those sensors because I just don't need it. Okay, so if you ever want to do this job on your own, I've got a few words of encouragement and a few words of discouragement. First things first, if you are overweight, you will not do this job. I am not overweight, but I am not a small person either. I weigh right now 208 pounds. As of this morning, I was 208 pounds, which, you know, not a bad weight for a guy like me. I'm okay with it. Problem is, you got to stand on your head to do this job. And standing on your head is no fun at all. At all. So what I am doing is I'm actually just running in the new bolts into this dampener. This dampener is not what you would think as a normal dampener. It actually has grease in it. It's weird. A little different than what I'm used to. There are springs in there. They're in here. And that's okay. The springs do their thing, but there's an oil like buffer in there to keep it from, instead of it being rubber, it's oil or grease, which I'm okay with. You know, I don't mind that at all. So what I have to do, and I'm going to do this in unison. I'm doing it all together. Is I have to get the bolts on the engine side and the bolts in the transmission side. These ones right here, I've got brand new ones. I'm gonna have to turn it just to see here to get those in. I have to go get them. I got a brand new bag of them someplace around here. Ay, ay, ay. I don't think I brought them over, but okay. Now here's my new bolts. Here's the new ones. Oh yeah. I took my belt off because I just don't want my belt is causing a restriction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow. I didn't need that pain. Yes, we are just a C hair off. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn this. Hold on a second. I went too far. Shoot. But no, I did actually go way. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, yeah, I didn't need those fingers. Who the fuck needs fingers? All right, let me back that up just to see here. Damn, that hurt. Is a little playroom in there with the dampener, so it's not the end of the world if we don't get it quite right, but we got it. Nice thing is, the damn thing's actually going to screw in there okay. You see, I got my new sensors in, and what I'm gonna do before I actually put those sensors to where they belong or to work. Where'd my damn thing go? Huh. I took it out. I did put it over there. I don't even know. I put the goddamn thing. Huh. Alright. Ah, there it is right in front of me. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Huh. I'll do it. I think I need a 17 millimeter wrench. I don't believe how many pant sizes I've dropped. I'm so happy I've lost the weight that I have, to be honest with you. I'm not fat shaming anybody, but I will say, if you have not lost weight, you need to start now, because it's not easy, and when winter starts, it's a whole lot harder. Okay, that is not tight, by the way. I'm just turning it so I can get these on, and then when I get them on, then I have to deal with torquing them to like forever torque pounds. And that's a real asshole job. I hope you guys are enjoying this, but I'm gonna be like Warren and just let you know that this is a tough job. That sounds like my wife. There's not much room here, and it is my wife, and William's coming. She's going to church. Okay, so we're back to here. Like that. Okay. It did. It came out with it. There it is. Okay. All right. See if there's a difference between that and this. I'm going to tell you right now there is. Ooh, yeah. Let me get you guys up here. This is going to be like a 3-parter. There's just no way I can put all this information in one. Alright. So, here it is. Here's the new one. Notice anything different? I do. The pin sticks out a lot farther on this one. So let's throw that one there. This guy here. And then William and I finish up. There it is. I'm rather shocked that that came out like that. Now, I'm going to get a spring. Hold on. Watch out. Hold on. Not by much, but that's a 32nd of an inch, if not a 16th of an inch longer, the new one. You can see it, right? I hope you can. Okay, so that's the new one. We put the new one in. All right, so let's get rid of that. I'll put that like so. We're getting there. And just because I can, I've got a new O-ring here someplace. Nope. Nope. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That O-ring is on the missing list. Huh. Weird. These are the rings that are supposed to be in there. Actually, I know where these rings go. That's not true. I'm missing this ring. So, well, I don't see anything weird about it, so let's shrink it up a little bit with it. Perfectly clean. Okay. That's how this whole assembly goes in. But I have to put this in first, so I'm going to shut this off. All right, moment of truth. I've got everything tidied up down there. Wire ties, everything is out of the way. William's out of the way. He's got the key in there. And what I'm going to do, go ahead and start her up. Oh, that's weird. Pump worked. Well, the pump worked. No alarms. Everything seems to be doing okay. Let's see if we got a crazy message it needs to display. And I'm going to tidy this up tomorrow, but it looks like we're golden. I don't see any oil leaks. That's a good thing. Let it do its thing. Let's see if it's an active code. No active code. Let's see what she does. No active codes. I've got the new sensors in, I've got the new pump in, I've got the new bolts hardware, everything's torqued down correctly. I'm speeding it up. Right now is when it would be flipping out on me, and it is not. I'm going to say we got it fixed. Working. Hit the hydraulics, everything seems to be working. So I think I've got my pump issue repaired. I'm going to call it a day. Oh yeah, that would have went off by now. That new thermostat control gizmo has done a good job. Careful, William. Careful. That's a beautiful sight. That's a beautiful sight, right, Will? I'm going to say we're done. Oh. Okay. Now I'm kind of dirty and I want to go home, and I got to get William home too. He's kind of dirty too. Come on, Will. Come down. Oh, yeah. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the series. Yeah, I guess I could pay a... Come on, William. Get over here. Pay a little more attention. I use my iPad a lot for parts and dirty stuff. You know, dirty stuff like oil and grease. Missed call today. Glenn LeDuc called me. So, yeah. There's the old one. If you got a wear plate that looks like that, pretty much means you're pooched. You're pooched. So that pump was $1,338, I think, or $39 or $68, some shit like that. It's repaired, it's replaced. It's a brand new pump. It's not a remanufactured pump. I thought I saw that they were remanufacturing them. That's my thing. But they're not remanufacturing them. They were actually a new pump. So that's a good thing. We can't be having, old pumps and broken parts on these tractors. So total parts in repairs for the brakes and everything. I think for the brakes it was like $2,200. 22 or 20, yeah, I think it was 20, maybe it was $2,100 for the brakes, the brake discs and all that stuff. The pump, like I said, was $1,300 and change. I'm putting my pants back on, by the way. I had to take my belt and stuff off, and my pants are falling down because I've lost like 22, 23, 24 pounds, which makes a huge difference in my life. I recommend everybody lose that kind of weight if you're carrying it around. You feel better if you don't have it on. I actually cut a new belt loop in my belt. I'm past the end there. But anyway, today's bill was $1,100. So today's bill was $1,100. So that would be 16 and 17 for this one. So you're looking at 3,000, 3,300. So I did that job for about $3,300. I didn't have to replace all of these sensors. In my honest opinion, the only reason I did was because everybody that is out there in the John Deere world says that these are the failures that you will have, these things. I don't know. I don't have any codes, I'll tell you that. Which means, well, we'll know when we get it hot, whether the pressure's correct or not. But, yeah. Yeah. We'll know when we get it hot. But yeah, so I'd just say the whole thing, 21, 5,400, 5,500 bucks. Let's just say $5,500 to do the whole thing. Now, if you took this tractor to John Deere to have that work done, you'd be looking at somewhere around $15,000. That's no exaggeration, my friends. It is not at all an exaggeration. So the next thing I have are O-rings, and these bits and pieces here, this is all, these are John Deere parts. These are 7410 parts, so there's a couple of things there that need to be addressed as well. These are the used parts, these are returns, these are parts. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side.